proved in the height a villain that hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh God, that I were a man! What bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then in public accusation uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. Oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace. Talk with a man out at a window? A proper saying. Sweet hero, she is slandered. She is wronged. She is undone. Princes and counties, surely. A princely testimony, a goodly count confect, a sweet gallant, surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake, or that I had any friend would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into curtsies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is as valiant as Hercules, that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I die a woman with grieving. This is such a fabulous monologue from Much Ado About Nothing by the character Beatrice. And though Much Ado About Nothing is a comedy, in this moment there's really like very little funniness going on, especially for Beatrice. This is a really serious moment, an important moment for her in the play and in her life. Before I go on, there's three characters to understand the context of this monologue. There's Hero, Claudio, and Benedick. Hero is Beatrice's cousin, my cousin, and basically my best friend's sister. Claudio is Hero's fiance and also Benedick's friend. Claudio and Hero were just about to get married. They were at the altar, and when that happened, Claudio was like, "Stop. I know, Hero, that you have been sleeping with other men. I saw it last night. Publicly, I'm accusing you and ruining your entire reputation, and I will never marry such a woman," and he leaves. Benedick has stayed behind with Beatrice, and they have just confessed to each other that they care about each other as well. And they've had this sort of they hate each other, but they're secretly liking each other, and then they finally tell each other, okay, no, I really love you. So Hero, her father, and the priest decide that the best thing to do for Hero's reputation is to pretend that she is dead, and they all leave. So now it's just Beatrice and Benedick. And Beatrice is totally overwhelmed with what happened. She thinks this is utterly ridiculous. These accusations are completely false. And not only are they false, but they are like the worst accusations you could make for a young woman at this time. And he did it in the worst way. He waited until the wedding to publicly embarrass her and accuse her, instead of doing this privately and maybe having a conversation about it. So Beatrice is done with Claudio. He has shown his worst sides. Now we know his true colors. He is awful. No going back for Claudio with Beatrice in this moment. And Beatrice asks Benedick, "I want you to challenge him to a duel. I want you to kill him." And Benedick is like, whoa, 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 I'm not going to do that. And Beatrice is like, "You won't do that for my enemy? I thought you loved me." And Benedick is like, "Is Claudio thy enemy?" And then this is the response. And so Beatrice is saying, he is the worst enemy of all kind. He's the worst of the worst. He created this ridiculous false story and in the process ruined Hero's life and did it in the worst way. We're how would she ever walk back from this? And there's 1,000 other ways he could have done this, and this is how he chose to do it. Yeah, he's my enemy. And I'm asking you to stand up for me because I can't do it in my position. I can't do what I want to do in my position and where I'm at in society. These are all things at play for Beatrice. So when she's saying, "Oh God, that I were a man, I wish I were a man," I'm saying, like, I would take care of this if I could, but I can't, and I need you to do it because there's all these other factors at play. And I thought you loved me, but now I see that maybe you don't actually love me as much as you thought, as much as I thought, and maybe you're just as bad as Claudio, and I can't even trust you. And so there's like this undercurrent of like great hurt and disappointment and heartbreak going on with all this like anger, like tornado going on as well. And obviously different actors will approach it different ways. I think it works best though when you have this tension, and where you're falling on those scales is going to change, right? Even if I did this monologue tomorrow, it would come out differently depending on what my scene partner was giving me. You know, my scene partners right now, I am imagining them, but depending on what my scene partner would give me would alter how this all happens to me, to just live in the moment and be. But when you're building this, we have to consider that it's not just I'm mad because my friend was hurt. It's like everything great that I had just started believing in has come crashing down, including my future with Benedick, who I thought we were really going to go somewhere. We were really going to that this was my soulmate that I found. And all of a sudden already I see, no, you're just as bad as Claudio, like in her eyes in a way. So it is just so much emotional life there for it, and like real stakes. So it's fun to play with. Check it out. And if you liked this take, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and there will definitely be more monologues, including more Shakespeare in the 1000 Monologues Challenge. Thank you so much.